With Sports Night, I am Mark Seal. Indian T20 skipper Rohit Hitman Sharma smote the Windies bowling to record his 400, and that's a world record, as India defeated the West Indies by 71 runs in the second game in Lucknow today. India reached 195 for 2 in their 20 overs, with Sharma smashing 111 not out, with 9 fours and 7 sixes in just 61 balls. The Windies' bats failed miserably once more in the series, being restricted to just 124 for 9. Darren Bravo was the top scorer with 23. The result means that India have taken the 3-match series 2-0, with one game yet to play, and that'll play on Sunday. Switching sports now to football, where Barbados are still winless at the 2018 CONCACAF Under-20 Championship being played in Florida, following their 2-1 defeat to St. Lucia yesterday. St. Lucia struck first in the 14th minute when Nanji Phillip pounced on a loose ball in front of the Barbados goal. But the young Bajan Tridents pulled 11 in the 47th when Ray Francis swept in a right-footed shot. Minutes later, though, St. Lucia would earn a penalty, and Sebastian Ribot calmly netted from the spot kick in the 51st to hand Barbados Under-20s the 2-1 defeat.
Richard down the line, crosses into the box, it's going to be loose. The shot is put in the back of the net. St. Lucia have taken the lead. He's onside, he rounds the keeper, and he puts it into the side of the net. Golden opportunity to level the game for Barbados. We do have a substitution to come in as Deshaun Howell for Barbados. It's into the box. Francis, the substitute, he puts it in the back of the net, and look at that, Ray Francis, who came on just a minute ago, levels the game at 1. Knocked out of play, but it's a penalty on the follow-up shot, saying someone from Barbados pulled him down. Here's Sebastian Ribot, he shoots, he scores, as he retakes the lead for St. Lucia, 2-1. Barbados unable to find the back of the net a second time. St. Lucia does, and they win it 2-1.
Combermere dished out a firm beating on the visiting Courage and Parry team, thrashing their St. Peter opponents by a whopping 67 points when the two sides met in the Massey United Schools Senior Basketball Tournament at Waterford. CBC's Sean Green reports.
Courage and Parry in the red versus Combermere at Waterford. The pass from CP's Jaden Downs to Trey Hayward of Combermere. These guys must be friends outside of school. Nevertheless, the Waterford lads took full advantage. Here is Courage and Parry now with a chance to get on the boards and, well, having some real challenges at that end, finding the hoop. Combermere, though, didn't have such troubles. Primus Waldron releasing this shot to swish it through the hoop. And the poor CP probably wish they had never gotten on the bus to Waterford. That's too casual and taken away for Hayward to complete the job for his team with 2 more of his 8 points. And the woes just continued for CP. That pass intercepted by Hayward. And even with another chance to score, CP struggled. Combermere, though, would take their time at dismantling their opponents. And he was just allowed to waltz through there like this. The miss, but Waldron's got your back. Can Courage and Parry get a break? Here's another chance to finally find the hoop. Going for the 3, and that didn't work out too well. But the Combermereans weren't too bothered by that. In fact, they were heading to the bank. Here's another offensive approach by CP, driving hard in the... Well, I take that back as Combermere snatched that one away. And the easy ride to the hoop at the other end. And after that miss, Rohan Pollard cleaned things up with his only 2 in the game. Courage and Parry had another chance, looking positive so far in this play. Lajay Leacock dishes to their 3-point supremo in Justin Dixon, and I think he was aiming at the wrong hoop. The St. Peter team was really out of sorts in this game, just passing the ball to anyone in any color jersey. Combermere takes possession again, and well, the rest, as they say, was history, as Combermere went on to win 71-4. Sean Green, CBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Samuel Chapman Prescott Institute of Technology, they're also smartly following Combermere into the playoffs They got the better of home team Barbados Community College in their latest game. Again, Sean Green reports.
This is what would be considered a heavyweight clash between SJPI in the blue and the BCC, with College having the home advantage. Number 15, Kian Phillips, getting on the boards early, but a quick turnaround for SJPI right on their heels. Rasheen Maynard drives to the bucket, a little resistance, but he gets through. SJPI with possession, passing it around the D, one way and then the next. Hurley looks to Tyreek Haywood, who now has to find his way through the three-man traffic, but he does well to do so. Well done under pressure. This is a three-point attempt by SJPI, and when that failed, they rallied once more to set up another attempt to get those 3 points. Darian Hurley pulling the trigger, but he too missed the target. Haywood with those same three guys around him. And again, what does he do? Dishes to Hurley, who finds Maynard, and his three-point attempt hits the target. BCC with the ball, and Darren Nurse says, I'll take that and try to get around or even through these three guys to score, even if it hurts. But SJPI were right on their heels. This is Hurley and Maynard combining again with the latter, draining the three. They led 41-28 at halftime. BCC now looking for every and anything to stick. Let's see how things will end up on this jumper. It bounces, it's inside. But as stated before, SJPI were all ready to stay ahead. Maynard worming his way through the defense for two more of his game-high 26 points. Lamar Donnelly finds Nurse busy in the paint for 2 of his 7. College looking to take the ball up, but something goes wrong with the pass from an orange jersey to a blue one. And SJPI already with the lead in the game, really taking their time with it before it gets back to Hurley. And a three-pointer is what he was dishing out. BCC catches a break and took full advantage. Nathaniel Waith getting 2 more of his team-high 19 points. But again, SJPI weren't about to relinquish their lead. A sneaky Hurley zigzags his way to 2 more points. He had 20 in the game. Jameer Weeks looking for someone to pass the ball to, and he finds Bernice Brewster of SJPI as they went on to win the game 65-50.
Well, thanks, Sean. And switching now to horse racing, where 8 races and lots of action have been promised for the Barbados Lottery Race Day set for Saturday at the Garrison Savannah. The race day, which is scheduled for November 10th, will be the first of the 3rd racing season. Now, speaking at the media launch, committee member of the Barbados Thoroughbred Breeders Association, Jonathan Simpson, said the race day is not one of the biggest in terms of entries, but sometimes it's better to have quality than quantity.
This race day is the first after a break, which is going to be, it's been a long-awaited break as well. We've had a break to do the track and whatnot. And for you all to come on board right at the beginning again is a great incentive to owners, trainers, breeders, and the general horse racing public. Now, as we look at the 2 fields, we don't have big fields, but we have quality fields. And that is what you want. It's better to have 6 really good horses than 6 good and 6 making up space. And by looking at these races here, I'll just give you a quick rundown on them to see what we have. Let's start with the big one, the Mega 6 Breeders' Classic Trophy. I mean, this is for good money. I mean, we don't get a chance to run Creoles for this kind of money.
And the promoters have guaranteed that the race day will be extremely exciting, as it's the first after a couple months break. Now, the reason for the break, as you just heard from the Turf Club, was to make improvements to the facilities. And according to Simpson, the track is the best it has been in a couple of years.
They've replanted all of the bad spots that they had on the track. They've killed off devil's grass. They've leveled the track. They've done work on the sand track to make it a lot safer for the horses and a lot more productive for us. I mean, the whole facility has been upgraded where possible. We've tried to make sure that there's no problems coming for the next year, because I mean, we got Christmas, we got the Gold Cup coming up, we got everything. So we have to take a break every year because this is a small track. And there's limited of what we can do. So they've taken 6 to 7 weeks. And this year we've gotten through magnificent. I mean, it's been all fixed up. The grass has been replanted. It no longer looks like a bald man's head anymore. It's all grown in. I mean, we've had the rain at the right times.
Now, the news yesterday that jockey Patrick Husbands was badly injured by a horse at Woodbine in Canada not only put an end to his season, but it also curtailed a productive weekend. Just the day before, on Saturday, Husbands rode 3 winners, one of them in race 11, on board looking at Mateo. Well, beyond not having an answer for their productive Indian batting machine on their current tour, the Windies have also been accused of not being able to sort out their own batting issues. Skipper Carlos Brathwaite gets tonight's extra time to answer some pressing questions about their series losing performance in the ongoing T20 series.
Yeah, it was a Jekyll and Hyde performance. Obviously, last game we bowled and we fielded very, very well. Today, I don't think we fielded as well as we wanted to. Even me, myself, I let the team down with the ball. Chasing 195 was always going to be an uphill task, but there were a few positives. The way Fabian Allen bowled in the middle with 2 set batsmen in Rohit and Shikhar going the way he kept them on the wraps and then eventually got Shikhar out. The S's were positive. So I mean, on a tour like this, it's hard to just look at the negatives. Sometimes you just need to take the small positives and go away with them. Hopefully we could put them together in the final game and come up with a win.
When you guys decided to bowl first, you must have had a bar total to restrict India. Was there something like that, or you felt that India batted too well?
They batted well, even at the halfway stage. With them not losing a wicket, we still felt that we were 1 or 2 wickets away from restricting them to a total close to 170, 180. We would have been happy with that. That being said, we didn't bat as well as we wanted to. The batting continued to let us down. But, again, small positives. I think Kuldeep went for a bit today. So within a dismal performance, there are 1 or 2 positives. So whilst we always highlight the negatives, it's sometimes good to take away the positives. We got a young group of guys for them to understand where they went wrong, but also to appreciate when they did well and the small good things that they did, just appreciate them.
With 195 on the board, what was the idea behind reshuffling the entire batting order from the previous game?
Well, we didn't come on tour with an out-and-out opener, so we're still trying to find our best opening combination. There were a few theories in the first game as well as this game with how we wanted to send the order for different reasons. Ultimately, none of the 2 really worked because we never got off to a really good start on the first 6 in either 2 games. But working with the players that we have on tour, it was difficult to, I guess, choose the perfect batting pair. But we're trying. And, up until the theory works out, I guess it'll look bad and it will give the pundits something to say. But until then, we as a management group and even as a players group, we need to make the best decisions we think at the point in time with the players that are here and try to go out there and win games for the West Indies. We tried that in both games and it didn't work batting-wise. So in the 3rd game, we'll regroup and hopefully we can put in a performance that the fans of the West Indies will be proud of.
Well, here are some of the events happening tomorrow, November 7th. The big games continue with surfing at the Soup Bowl from 8 a.m. and then badminton at the Barbados Community College from 7 p.m. The National Sports Council's secondary schools volleyball continues from 3:30 with 2 games at Leicester Vaughan and St. Michael. Then the Goddard Enterprises Limited Volleyball Senior Knockout Finals are at the Wildy Gym from 6:30 p.m. And the Charles Griffith Invitational T20 Classic continues from 7 p.m. in Gone Hill, St. John.